again, this should be happening after the Azai and Asakura are crushed. This betrayal, at least the way this story's going, feels like it's coming out of nowhere. And just why the hell are we sending an army that the Oda wants to destroy to save Nobunaga, the guy who leads the Oda? This campaign just feels like a train wreck. We're definitely going to be going through this battle a number of times in this game. Hopefully the other times they'll do a better job setting it up. As it is, the fight feels like it came out of nowhere, and I see little reason why I should even care about preventing Nobunaga's death. Since last time I checked, we were at war with him! Nagamasa, you are one of, if not the most useless daimyo in this game. I would dare say that Katsuyori is a better daimyo than what we've seen of you, and that guy managed to get his clan crushed in his first damn opportunity. Anyway, time to go to the rescue of the man who wouldn't hesitate to kill us just 2 missions ago because this is not a very good story at the moment. Right. Please don't tell me we're gonna have to protect Nobunaga from his own wife on top of everything else. You don't get to say that when you're holed up in a temple and your previous enemies are fighting your former vassal to save your ass. Just did a bit of research, and I'm a little surprised that I actually have seen Hidemitsu before. Of course, I'm more familiar with his other name, Samanosuke. He's a rather major character in the Onimusha series, which we'll eventually get to. But for now, he's just a more durable enemy officer, and there isn't all that much I could find about what he was like historically, other than extremely loyal to Mitsuhide. Just that he married Mitsuhide's daughter, and he didn't outlive his lord for long. Most of the Akechi clan burnt to death in Sakamoto Castle, and they set it ablaze themselves rather than surrender to the man who killed their lord. Quite a lot of loyalty, actually, for a lord, considering Mitsuhide backstabbed his own lord. Maybe I'm just not looking at it from the right angle. Right, so we've prevented things from going up in flames. Not it's likely to convince the Demon Lord to take a more active role in his own defense, but hey, it's something. He certainly didn't need any help when he was trying to kill Nagamasa. I'm sorry, but considering how few missions there are in a given campaign, it's rather awkward that we've essentially switched sides about 3 times so far as Oichi. Seriously, was it really too much to ask that the writing for this campaign feels about as tightly written as the previous 2? And just how the hell did the enemy manage to clear the first gate when that's the area where we've been hitting the enemy the hardest? Right, I suppose it was too much to hope that Ranmaru would open the gate for Oichi. Okay, I stand corrected. Oddly arrogant of you, considering you're relying on your little sister once again. sing with no audience or music?
お兄様
Granted, that's kind of impressive considering he's in his armor, but still.
とでも言えばよいか
I think he's just chuckling at just how bad Oichi's story is.
お兄様早く逃げなさい
Why did there need to be a disconnect between how frantic Oichi sounds in the actual gameplay and how
一門より
exasperated
出
she
て
sounded
南
in the
方へ抜ける
cutscene?
ぞ
Ah yes, a brilliant plan. So we're going to have to go through the path of most resistance in order to leave. Meaning we have to babysit the guy as he runs from point A to point B. Well, milady, it could have to do with the fact that you're not the player character yet. And while we're still relatively early in this game, I can't help but hoping that the second game in this series does a better job making it feel like our allies at least try to hold their own in a fight.
私たちも続きましょう。
蹴散らせ
あの人会う前に死ぬわけには
Milady, you don't even look wounded. I suppose you probably lost all the troops meant to guard you. Suppose that's something.
もちろんお姉様は一の大切な人だもん
Hey, don't blame No for feeling a bit of whiplash that you decided to come to the rescue. It wasn't too long ago we were fighting against the Oda after all. Add in the fact that Mitsuhide is apparently rebelling before the defeat of the Isaiah Sakura, and probably before the defeat of the Honganji monks. And everyone who's familiar with the actual history is a little confused as well. Oh, come on! We only just left her. This wouldn't be so annoying if it wasn't for the fact that we outright fought against her in this very campaign, and damn well know she can deal with nameless grunts with ease. I'm not asking for characters to fight just as well when they're on our side as they did when we fight against them, but is it really too much to ask that notable badasses don't become damn near helpless the instant we're on their side? Of course our morale is dropping. Time is passing. Are there any of these Koei hack and slash games where morale actually means something? Because as someone who's tried at least 6 of the Dynasty Warriors games, 2 of the Samurai Warriors games, and 2 of the Gundam spin-offs, I've yet to see morale affect the performance of our allies in any significant way.
さすがよ光秀万事休すか
You know, it'd be more awesome for Nobunaga to find his own potential death so amusing if it wasn't for the fact that these guys just appeared out of nowhere. This isn't some clever trick on the enemy's part. It's just another obstacle thrown at us for the sake of giving us another obstacle. And it's not even like either of these fresh officers are as durable as the fire guy we killed earlier.
されているのか。浅井長政、信長公の助太刀に参りました。
Well, you certainly took your time, Nagamasa. Probably because his aid isn't going to amount to much anyway. Though I think Ranmaru earns the prize for least valuable member of the team. Doesn't even look like the enemies bother to fight their way through him. They're just rushing past him while keeping a few guys to distract the poor bastard. You don't have to go far for battle over there, Ranmaru. looks like as a whole the fight is starting to wind down. At least assuming that more enemies don't just spawn in to make things more troublesome. Look, No. You're standing next to Nobunaga and we're doing what we can to clear the way for you. Not to mention the Izai are coming to support you. Frankly, my dear, you shouldn't need us to hold your hand on the way to the escape point any more than we already have been. At least Ranmaru has the excuse that he's been completely isolated.
覚悟していただこう
Not much point in you starting to fight that group now that we've killed their commander, but go right ahead.
我々も続くぞ
Yes, charge for the glory of saving the man who should have killed you and all your children by now. As you follow the lead of your barely pubescent wife. By the way, have I made it clear that I'm not a fan of Oichi's story in this game? And that I'm glad this is the last mission of the campaign. How can you possibly be struggling with the sheer amount of support you're getting right now? Or have you just gotten lazy and don't want to put any effort into your own bloody survival? Yeesh. Even a generic officer is doing better than No. Did she accidentally poison herself or something? No, wait. She doesn't seem to be the type of person who would handle poison she hasn't made herself immune to anyway. Somehow I'm surprised that his morale is going down. With all the times that Uichi has kicked his ass so far, I'd have thought he'd consider it business as usual. Besides, he's the one who told Uichi that he was going to betray Nobunaga. He could have lied, told her he was somewhere else, then killed Nobunaga while she was wandering around a random corner of Japan. Okay, so they seem to be spawning from this spot over here. Part of me wants to be annoyed that our allies haven't already taken care of this garrison. The other is rather resigned to the fact that we're working with idiots. Anyway, with this position taken, the flow of enemy reinforcements should slow down. At least in this section of the map. Bloody hell. The enemy's just gonna start flowing like water from another garrison? Is there any flow of reinforcements for our side? Apparently not. Because that might mean the player wouldn't have to outright carry our entire army. Not sure there's really a point to grabbing experience-raising items when this is the last time we'll go into battle with this character. Sure, I could maybe decide to do some random runs on a harder difficulty in my free time, but I just can't think of why I would come back to Oichi if I could avoid it. Ah! Looks like Ranmaru is about to link up with Nobunaga. That should be kind of heartwarming. Not that we've seen any development of anything between the two of them through this or any of the other campaigns so far. Ah, the hell with getting Nobunaga out of here. It'll just be a lot faster to kill Mitsuhide. He's right here, and we've certainly had plenty of practice beating him down. You know, it would be nicer if you actually contributed to the battle instead of praising us. Right. Of course, Mitsuhide is more durable in this mission than he was at any other point in this campaign. Nagamasa, while I appreciate that you sent your army to help your wife, I thought you were trying to protect Nobunaga. He and his wife probably need more support than Luigi does. Eesh. On second thought, Mitsuhide's been hitting a lot harder than I expected. And of course, he's not going to pay attention to anyone other than the little girl who has repeatedly humiliated him. Nagamasa, I'm not entirely sure if you're actually helping or hurting us while on horseback. All I can say for sure is that it's damn awkward to fight on horseback in this game, even for the AI. Come to think of it, that's probably the main reason why we haven't seen much cavalry in this game. And that does it. With Mitsuhide dead, the mission is complete, and we can move on to a probably less aggravating campaign. Know that you died fucked against a wall by a very young girl and her husband.
ここまでですね。信長様、覚えていてください。
Oh, please, as if he's gonna remember you with any fondness after the way you've just been killed.
この調子この調子。
Right, now for the finishing cutscene. So, the previous two campaigns ended with someone dying, while this one is just 3 people sitting on a castle wall and watching some fireworks in the sky. Not that there's really anything wrong with an ending like this in itself, it just doesn't feel like the game really earned this kind of everybody important lives moment. The fact that it's a bit out of place compared to the other endings so far is just icing on the proverbial cake. A cake that I'd rather let someone else eat. I felt more eager to cheer at the fireworks at the end of the Phantom Bloody Minutes,
私
or
の
after a
戦う
successful bunch of rounds in Mario
仲間って言わ
Kart.
れるかもしれないけど私しか歩けない道だから
Yeah, we'll see if you keep that path in the next game.